Why, hello there. Looking at Dark Age Cavalry, are we? Right, so these are Dark Age Cavalry from...
Griffin Beast.
Griffin Beast. Yeah, sorry, I forgot who they were from. We do a bit of Griffin Beast stuff, Dark Age stuff. And this is the only Dark Age thing we didn't get. So, yeah. These are Dark Age Cavalry, which are okay. I haven't looked at them yet, so I'm guessing they're okay. So these go along with the Viking Herdsman. Actually, it tells you on the back, doesn't it? Viking Herdsman, Saxon Thanes,
Dark Age Warriors and Dark Age Ashes.
Yeah, of which we do all of them. So
we've got the whole collection.
Yes, we've got the whole collection. Yeah. Right, so that's the box. We have cavalry bases, which we don't use for Dark Age. We base individually for Dark Age. So these will come in very handy for our Napoleonics. That's how we base Napoleonics. So here are the horses and men. Was each sprue the same?
Yeah. Must be command sprue though, right?
So there's no command sprue?
No.
Right, so what do we have? We have the standard horse. Let's just check something. This box says actual size there. No, it's not. It's way bigger. The horses look extremely easy to do. They are, well, it's Dark Age. They don't have a huge amount of stuff on them. They're a bit dull. So horses are horses. Then we have quite a few collection of weapons. What? Oh, is that a wolf's head?
I think it's for that.
Yeah, that's a wolf's head banner, which is quite nice. It could be a dragon. Looks like a wolf.
What do you attach it to?
You attach it to the top of one of the spears. So you cut the top of the spear, I would assume, and stick the head on.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah, but you only need 1. Yeah, not bad. So we have a collection of spears. This is completely out of focus, isn't it? Focus! Stupid camera. Right, so we have a set of spears. Oh, right. So the men have only half an arm.
Oh.
So you stick the end of the arm on. It's a bit like the Zulus.
Yeah, it's my hat stick on.
Yeah. So we have, I think, 1 thrusting spear, 1 spear over the head, which is a silly way for a horseman to carry a spear, and 2 spears sort of carried at the side. That's not bad. That's okay. There's some decent collection of spears there. We have a guy jabbing with a sword, and a guy just waving the sword. A nice little hand axe there, and a hand axe there. The axes don't have arms. You cut the hand off to stick the arm on. Cut the hand off to stick the axe on. That's how it goes together. They are the men themselves. They look pretty average. See, it's Dark Age. They haven't got much. They just wear clothing.
Yeah.
Cloth and stuff.
Pretty much just villagers.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, technically these guys would be lords or landowners, wouldn't they? Because they don't own a horse.
Oh yeah.
So they'd be some sort of landowner or higher
Hence
ranking.
all the weird different types of shields.
Oh yeah, and a collection of shields. We have the Romanesque shield, the oval shield. Just put it up. Round shields, which is pretty average for Dark Age. Most shields were round.
Do they all have different patterns on the shields, like representing their...
Yeah, but we just do standard unless someone wants them different when we do them. But for us, we tend to do them in households. So a lord would have his own retinue, and they tended to have similar shields. Because so he could recognise his men on the battlefield. Heads are pretty cool. Got a nice little collection of heads. It's clearly the proper lord there. Although technically the lord should be wearing a helmet. The helmets are okay. They've got side cheeks to protect the face from being
Yeah,
hit.
they've got Roman helmets, like just random helmets they've found.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's post-Roman, so there will still be Roman gear around, and you still have armourers that make it the way Grandpa did, and Grandpa was a
Yeah.
Roman armourer. So you still have Romanesque stuff knocking around throughout the Dark Ages. We have a nice, as I said, cheeks to the helmet, which protect the side of the face from a slash, and the helmet comes down to the... It's gone out of focus again. It will not focus.
Maybe a piece of paper. There's some over there.
No, it's back.
No.
Right, so... can you see that? I can see that. Yeah, so we've got some quite nice expressions. And I forgot what I was saying about helmets. It's probably not important. And we've got a nice little horsehair plume to go on top of one of the posh helmets. That looks very much like a Roman cavalry helmet. That one there.
Yeah, I do like how they've literally just got like all the different types of things that would have happened during the era, and then just slapped them all together.
Well, I don't know. It really depends where you live during the Dark Age. I always kind of imagine the Dark Age world being basically Britain, and Europe was just a complete hellscape. So you wouldn't go there. So we kind of know what went on in Britain. There were people writing at the time. The people survived. Why they call it the Dark Age, I don't know.
Clearly, France did really well.
France, well, they were overrun and slaughtered by Franks. The Celts were annihilated.
True.
So don't live in France. The Romans in France pretty much wiped out. Some survived around Normandy, which was held by Britain at the time. And Brittany, of course, which was held by Britain.
Brittany held by Britain.
Yeah, hence the name. It was overrun in the... Was it 450? Something like that? It was overrun by Franks.
Oh, God.
And we evacuated the people. It was horrible. Like, the fall of the Roman Empire was an absolute disaster for humanity in Europe, really. But thanks to the fall of the Roman Empire, Britain emerged. Or England, I should
We
say.
already were emerging at the time.
Yeah. But England was made independent in...
You're safer.
When was it made independent? 380? I think it was 360 or 380 it was made independent. It was granted an independent status by the Romans, and then the empire collapsed. So England survived more or less intact. Of course, we had the Saxon problem, and the Angles, they came to England fleeing Europe because Europe was so horrible. So the Saxons came here, and the Danes.
And shortly after, the Vikings came.
Well, the Vikings were coming the other way. The power vacuum.
So really, England just became a massive war zone.
Yes, we were pretty much in the middle. Yeah. Hence, increase in technology, increase in...
Because we all have like different
organisation.
backgrounds, different ideas from where we've all been. So you just get all these different types of armour and everything. Then the longbow was invented.
Yes, the U-bow, able to take out a Frenchman at 700 yards.
Basically, a sniper rifle. Back in the
Basically,
day.
yeah. A pretty good weapon. Real life longbow, it's the actual damage it can cause at close range. No one's sniping with an arrow at range.
Crossbow could.
You're not going to snipe with a crossbow.
It's really fast though.
Yeah, you're not going to snipe with it though.
Maybe 2 meters in front of you.
Yeah,
Straight for you.
I know, ranges of weapons, like muskets had massive range compared to a bow, but in reality the accuracy was about the same as a bow.
Yeah.
So
You never went straight.
no, so it's not great. Your English bowmen at the time, they're actually firing an aimed shot, so they're not peppering the sky with arrows. They're firing individual shots at something.
Like targeting someone.
Yes, so you should target a lord's face. So get an arrow in his
Yeah,
eye.
you really want to target the best of the best in that army to try and like decrease morale.
You take out the officers.
Yeah.
And you're also, interesting point, many of these are Dark Age, so these cover quite a large era of time, but in England you would have had a face cover. So you would have a plate over your face, an armoured plate. So the helmet's fine, but you would have an armoured thing over your face to protect your actual face.
Yeah.
Admittedly, not all soldiers would have it, but your ranking officers would. They'd have a completely enclosed faceplate to guard against things like arrows.
Especially if you're going to be the one targeted the entire round.
Yeah. But these are clearly not high-ranking officials. They're not wearing any armour. So these particular cavalry are just low-level cavalry. If you're England or you're on a horse, you're probably a yeoman or something like that, or a weaponman at least, because you're on a horse. Therefore, you must be some form of. You have money, so you're not an average spear shaker. Instead, were these wealthy landowners, they would be in mail, possibly segmentata still, or some form of fish scale, and you would be fully armoured. Your horse could be armoured too. Dark Age period, high-ranking officials would have armoured horses. So these are average troops, the average light cavalry. But fine for Europe, fine for Franks. Although the box shows they have cloaks, and these don't have cloaks. But that's just my view. Sorry, we've waffled on a bit about the Dark Age.
That's everything, though.
Do we have anything? Nothing. Yeah, I've kind of run out of things. So, that's the figures. We haven't got any based up to show you, but that's what they'll look like. And eventually they will look like that, and then they'll be painted. So they'll look cool. So keep an eye out for them.
Well, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of the Dark Age Cavalry. And if you're interested and you want to support the channel, please go to our description, and you'll see that if you give us enough time, they might be up. And if you are, interested in Dark Age Cavalry, you can get some from us.
Although the ones we're making are going to be based, because we're based singularly with cavalry, because it's a skirmish game.
Yeah.
I
understand why they put them in together anyway, because I don't see Dark Age as a time where they organised things.
Oh, they were organised. Don't downgrade Dark Age period. It's called the Dark Ages because at the time no one really knew what went on, but after a bit of research we now know. There were people writing at the time, and there were
people running around screaming.
Quite a few, yes. It was a very unpleasant time to be alive.
The Romans have fallen. There's no one else around.
Yes, the only civilization on Earth had collapsed, and everyone was in trouble. China was going through the same problem too. But if you're doing Dark Age, we've finished the video, so just ignore me. But if you're doing Dark Age cavalry, then I will just show you something which might actually make you a bit more... Right, you see these guys here? These guys? These are Roman cavalry, and if you got both boxes, it would be relatively easy, with a bit of conversion. You might need your knife and your clippers, but you could convert these guys into sort of landowner class cavalry, mounted horse in armour. The chainmail would be okay. It's not really long enough, but it would do just to have them based up like that. And you could use these figures along with these horses, and you should be able to do it. Sorry, these are from the Victrix Roman cavalry range. So you could do a little bit with this. But it's really waiting for boxes of plastic figures to come out, so you can expand quickly and cheaply, which cover everything you want to do. And I'm sure there's probably something better than that out there, but for us, this is what we're doing. Anyway, that's it.
That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.
See ya.